Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video, I'm going to be opening up some of these two-player starter decks from the original base set. Now, I believe that all of these are shadowless. I guess we're going to find out. I have one regular hanger tab right here, and then I have three with the heat seal. I do have a few more, but the reason I'm opening these up is because there was a 60K sale on a first edition Machamp, and I don't know if it's still possible to get PSA 10s on WotC cards. There's a lot of speculation going around on that, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try submitting these at a faster turnaround time. I'm only going to pull them out of the seal if I do believe that they've got a good shot, and if they don't, then I'm probably just going to leave them sealed, and maybe I'll submit them that way. But if I do pick up my phone, it's because I'm expecting a pallet delivery today. Haven't gotten a call from them yet. Could be any time, or it may not be till later. But anyways, I'm going to use my dad's lucky knife here. Bam! All right, so I guess I don't need to with this one. This one should have a little pull strip, but yeah, it looks like it. Here, we'll just use it anyways. Might as well, right? If I can get it off. All right, so here's the first one. This is the one that I'm least certain, but I still have a pretty good inkling that it is shadowless. We'll find out. Okay, so this one does not look to be shadowless, which is, in fact, this one, I'm not seeing the Machamp, maybe the Machamp is in here. The heat seal, if for some reason those aren't shadowless, that would be a first. Yeah, you can see this is just a regular Machamp, which is just fine too, because I had this in the pile of do not sell just in case it's not. The only reason I kind of thought it was because of the other theme decks that it come with. The theme decks are the first four, like the Overgrowth, the Zap, that kind of stuff. And I was like, you know, maybe it is, but yeah, there you go. So we have a regular Machamp, which this one looks pretty good. It maybe has a shot at, you know, pulling a 10 in itself, but you can see it's got a little bit of fuzzy across the top there. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. It's got a little bit of fuzzy across the top, which might rub out, but it does have a white dot. So other than that, still, it looks pretty clean, but being underneath the decks, it might have an impression line here. That would be a risk if I opened it up. All right. Now, if these do not have Shadowless Machamps in them, that would be more of a surprise because I've never opened up a deck with the heat seal that does not have Shadowless cards. However, I've only opened up a few of the starters. Okay, there's a good sign. There we go. We have Shadowless. It's in between. There it is. All right, so here's the Machamp. We've got a thick stamp. The centering is good. Looking at the edges, those look pretty clean. Maybe one white dot, but I think that might be fuzz on the edge side. I'm going to go ahead and open this one, and we'll just see what we're dealing with here. All right. So honestly, the hollow's super clean. Surface is clean. Maybe something right there. You can kind of tell how it's got like the hollow curve to it, but the edges look pretty good. I'm thinking I can probably put this in something and let it flatten out for a little bit. Want to send in right away, but because of that hollow curve, it probably would be good to try to do something like that. You see that on there? That should just brush off. This is like a little bit of a fuzzy edge. A lot of times they come off if they're dull, like that stuff will just rub off. But overall, really clean card. I think that's on the outside too, so might be able to rub that out. This one right now, as it is, probably would not get the 10 just because, even though it's like super clean, super fresh, you can see right here, it's a little bit of a pressing. See if I can get the light to flash on it. That might pick up. And then also like the hollow curve. You can see a slight impression down the middle. So for a card like this, I'm going to just set it inside of a sleeve. I'm gonna put it in a semi-rigid, and then I'm gonna just let time just kind of do its thing. I'll probably stick it in a book and just let it sit there for a while, and then I'll come back and I'll check it maybe in a year or so. I wanted to grade it right away, but you know, that's not always the best choice. And even with vintage right now, I mean, it's pretty tough to get a 10, even if everything does look really good to you. But I'm going to open these up in case you guys haven't seen the cards that are in the starter deck itself that are shadowless. See, the back card does have a little bit of from the termites. Somehow it got in there. We've got a Pokédex. You can see the mark right there. Sorry, I got some hangnails. Got some energy removals. Nice Dratini. That'll be a card that I'll check out and see if I want to submit. Same thing with some of these other Pokemon there. You got the Diglett and the Machops. Got some more trainers and energies over here. See that top card. The front and back card are pretty rough in these. Got some Growlithe. There we go. There's the Charmeleons. I'm hoping that the Charmanders and the Arcanine looks good. Oh wait, no, Arcanine's not in this one. I'm thinking of the theme deck. Then we've got several fire energies there, and you can see the back fire energy as well has that issue. So the top and bottom card on both of these decks, they're not going to be able to be submitted whatsoever. But definitely some of those other non-holographic cards, the Charmanders and the Charmeleons, the Dratini, those will be the ones that would be most worthy to be submitted. All right, next up we have another Heat Seal starter deck. I don't know if anybody's like keeping up with like the tally on how many of these decks have been opened, but I would think by this point the Heat Seal decks are probably more proven than the Gold Strips, just because the Gold Strips are so rare. All right, so here we have our second shadowless deck. This one's actually looking to be a little bit more clean, so I like that. Looking on the bottom, see if there's any issue there that we'd see on the previous one. The centering it's not perfect, so the centering may hold it back. Again, a thick stamp. But let's go ahead and open it up. The centering is not perfect, but I don't think it's enough to where it would make it impossible to get a 10. Because that's really what I'm going for. I'm going for the 10s. The 9s, the price just drops so much. But, ooh, very clean. Maybe a little bit of a little something right there on the surface. Might wipe off a little bit of water. But if not, that might hold it back. You can see there's a slight indentation there from where the crimp was, or from the seal. Condition's really nice. I might try to just set this one and let it press as well, just to get out that little bit of hollow curve. You might be able to see it better right here. That's where the seal was. But overall, I'm not really seeing many white dots, so that's nice. Set this one in here. I still don't. I'll look at it. I may submit this one, try to submit it on a high level, but probably still want to let it press out a little bit. And that's going to be the case probably with this last one too. I'm just going to have some issues with where the seal on the back side of where it went in there is still there. All right, so that's a different text thread. All right, last one. This is our fourth deck, third Heat Seal deck. And I still have maybe 5 more or so. But you can see even these Machamps, this is the only way you can get these Machamps out of the starter decks. Like, I don't know if there's ever going to be like a perfect shot at being able to obtain one of these to where you're going to get them in a 10, but this is going to be your best shot. All right, so I'm looking at this one, and I see in the top right corner, I see it looks like actual 2 white dots, and then 1 little white dot in the bottom, in the top left of that corner. The centering is slightly off. Let's look at the front side. Yeah, you can see it's kind of similar centering to that other one, but the fact that it already has a few white dots, and you can tell, you know, visually, what I may do with this one, I may just take the card, and instead of opening this one up, I'll go check and see what like a PSA 8 value is for like a Machamp, because realistically, that might be what I get. You know, if I submit all these together and these don't get the 10s, then they're going to compare this one to these other two. And I don't think that this one would have a shot at getting the same grade as them just based off the white dots. So I may submit this as a sealed shadowless Machamp. Pretty cool that all three were thick editions. So for anybody who keeps up with this stuff, trying to record whether or not, you know, you get thick or thin stamps out of heat seals or different variations from the starter decks and theme decks, you've got 4 more you can add to your data set. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Wish me luck on some of these Machamps. I don't think I've got a 10 here, but you never know.